Muniba Mazari was born on March 3, 1987, in Rahim Yar Khan in southern Punjab, Pakistan. She grew up with two younger brothers. For her basic formal education, Muniba attended the Army Public School. After completing her secondary school education, she proceeded to study in a college in her hometown, but she couldn't stay to finish up with college. When she turned 18, her father married her off to Khurram Shahzad. According to Muniba, she consented to the marriage arrangement as a good girl who wanted to please her father. Hers was an unhappy marriage, which she tried to portray as a blissful one. At the time, she had to tell lies to cover up when interviewed on her relationship with her husband and his contributions to attaining her life goals. The facade remained intact until tragedy struck in 2008, barely 3 years into her marriage. On that fateful day, Muniba and her husband were traveling in their car from Quetta to Rahim Yar Khan when they got into a fatal accident. Muniba would say that her husband somehow slept off on the steering, so the car veered off into a ditch. Fortunately for Khurram Shahzad, he escaped with minor injuries, but Muniba wasn't that lucky. The mishap left her with grave injuries, namely broken radius and ulnar of her arms, smashed rib cage, collarbone, shoulder blade, and backbone. 3 vertebrae of her backbone were completely crushed. In addition to her shattered bones, her lungs and liver were lacerated. The crash paralyzed her entire lower body. No ambulance was nearby to take her to the hospital. The only option available was to bundle her behind a her jeep to be rushed to a hospital close by. Her case was too complicated for that facility to handle this. She was moved again to a hospital in Rahim Yar Khan and subsequently to Aga Khan Hospital, Karachi. The days and months that followed the incident were hellish for Muniba. She underwent 3 major surgeries and 2 minor ones that led surgeons to insert metal in the affected area of her body. That period, she witnessed to get dismayed, rejection and desertion from people she thought will be there for her at such a trying time. For 2 years, she stayed bedridden. Many a woman sympathizer would visit to express the sadness that Muniba wouldn't be wanted by any man because of her condition. But that was the least of her worries. Once she was able to use the wheelchair, Muniba decided to leave boldly and unhindered. There was nothing else to fear, and so, in 2014, she took the step to leave her unhappy marriage. In 2015, the marriage ended in divorce. Doctors told her she wouldn't be able to give birth to a child of her own. Though devastated by the news, she went ahead to deal with that issue by adopting a child to raise as a single mother. Life is mysterious. The best we can do is to live for the moment. However destructive, no circumstance is too complex to strap a goal-getter to the seat of failure for long. It is only a matter of time before the courageous faces his fears to trash them, one after the other. Jack Canfield opined, "Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Dreaming of a great future is immaterial if you keep letting the fear of the unknown and the discouragement from the unknown to stop you from acting in line with your aspirations." Robert H. Schuller offered, "Failure doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means you haven't succeeded yet. Separate yourself from situations. You should neither be denied by your past nor failure. What is most essential is that you're making sufficient attempts to reach your preconceived destination, failures or not." Salvador Dali crowns it all by saying, "Have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. There is no perfect situation, no perfect life, and no perfect human being. Your idea of perfection could be an obstacle on your way to success. The you in the present is all the inspiration you need for a satisfying life. Would you instead put up with happiness when you can do something to change it?"